Welcome year 3 to my final maths lesson of the week, where we're going to be looking at column addition. Today we're going to look at something called exchange, which is what we do when it gets a little bit tricky. Your parents may have used to call it carrying. It is the same thing as carrying, but we're going to use the word exchange from now on because we're actually changing things from one thing into another. So I'm going to cut straight to the PowerPoint. There's quite a lot of videos on there. You don't really need to see me, just need to hear my voice, hopefully explaining what's on the slide. So, I'm not going to share the screen because I didn't a moment ago. Right. Yes. Okay, apologies for the clicking. So our learning objective today is to add two two-digit numbers today, something called exchanging the ones. So to be successful today, we're going to have to be able to remember how to partition numbers into tens and ones, which I think we're all quite good at by now. To know what exchanging is, and to exchange more than 10 ones for an extra 10. Should all become clear as we go through the lesson today. So you successfully did some questions like this, where you laid out the numbers actually in column additions. It's called columns because these are columns of numbers. And we knew how to do this yesterday. So I've got 5 ones, 3 ones plus 1 1 is 4. My tens, 6 tens add 2 tens is 8 tens, but because it's in the tens column, it's 80, isn't it? You don't have to write 80 in there, otherwise it'd say 804. So we could do that yesterday. But when we get to this question, what happens when we have more than 10 ones from our answer in the ones column? What are we going to do then? Because if I've got 7 out of 6, I'm going to use my near double. Double 6 is 12 and 1 more. Oh, that's 13. I can't put 13 in the ones column. I've got to be able to do something else. So over today's lesson, we're going to get halfway there. And then on Monday, you're going to finish off how to actually do it in columns. But as we started the lessons yesterday with equipment, we're going to do the same with some equipment today. I'm just going to click on my video and talk you through what I did with the equipment. So, I think I paused the one. Just checking I've got the right amount. I've got 2 tens, which is 25, and I've got 30, and 7 ones, 37, and that's what's written at the top. So I'm going to add up my ones. I've got 5 out of 7 ones. So I use my mental maths. I can do 7 and 3 makes 10, and I've got 2 left over. So 7 and 5 makes 12, which is what I'm going to write to the bottom. I've made 12. Okay, and now I'm going to add up my tens. I've got 2 tens and 3 tens, so that's 5 tens, and I've made 25 out of 37 equals 512. No, it's not 512. It can't be 512. There's never 512 things on the table there. I must have made a mistake somewhere. I'm hoping some of you can see what maybe I needed to do. I'm going to have to rub that out and start again. Right, so let's put all the things back in the right place and give that another go. Because that can't be 512, can it? Let's go. Okay, let's start the ones again. No, I've definitely got 12 ones. So I'm going to make the same mistake again. I've made a 10. I've got 10 there. And I'm going to swap them, exchange them for a 10 stick. That's the exchange. So I've made 10 ones, I've got a 10. So I've still got 12 in my ones column. No, but I can't have a 10 in my ones column. I'm going to have to move that, get rid of the 10 in the column and just leave the 2 there. I'm going to have to move that so it's over with the 10s. So now I've got 2 ones. Let's add up my 10s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the extra one makes 6. So the answer is 62, not 512. Super. Let's get ready for the next question. I'll just turn that one off. Did you follow that? So exchange is taking 10 ones, changing it for 10. I think I'm still on the same slide. Yeah, I need to move on. Right, so I've got another one where I've got the equipment laid out. I can see already there are more than 10 ones. Hopefully you've got some idea of what I'm going to do this time. Let's press play and watch what I did. Oh, I'm not sure what the question is here. Maybe you can help me work out what two numbers I'm actually adding together. I best count how many 10s I've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then how many ones? 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've got 44. How many can you see for the second number? Is that what you shouted at the screen? 39? I hope so. So now I'm going to use the same method, but this time I'm not going to make a big number with hundreds in because I can see there's not that many. So I've got 9 add 4. I want to make a 10. That's easy, I'm just going to move 1. So 9 add 1 is 10, add 3 more makes 13. I'm not going to be able to leave my 13 now, am I? What am I going to do? What's that new word for today, maths? Exchange. I'm going to take my 10 ones and exchange it for a 10. But can I leave that 10 in that column? No, scribbled it out. I'm going to move that 10 to the next column. So I've got 3 ones, tick, and now I'm going to add up my 10s. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the extra one at the bottom, don't forget the extra one, is 8. I'm going to write it again, so there's a scribbling away. So 44 and 39 is 83. Sometimes we wouldn't necessarily need to use column methods. I like to think that some of you from your mental math skills would have seen that 44 add 39 was almost like 44 add 40, which you'd have known was 84, and then just take one off because you've added one more than you should have done, and you ended up with 83. So don't forget all those mental methods, but we are learning the written methods at the moment. Let's move on to the next slide. So just to clarify what you've just done, got this, we're going to do 17 add 36. I'm going to get the equipment, like we've just done, first add the ones together. If we add all the ones together, it's 7 and 6, we've got 13 ones. So we've got 13 ones, we could write 13 at the bottom, but we can't leave it like that. We've made an extra 10. So we're going to circle 10 ones and exchange them for a 10 in the next column. And then once you've done that, we've exchanged that 10 here. It looks just slightly different, but we've got 3 ones left, and we've got the extra 10, so that when we add all the 10s together, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the extra 10 is 5. The answer was for that question 53. So your turn now. You can pause the video if you're using it straight from the screen. And you'll do it today is to use whatever equipment you've got, whether you're using pencils or pieces of cutlery for your pens, and whatever small item you're using for your ones, and make 27 add 44. When you get too many ones, you need to exchange them for a 10. And try the same thing with all 3 questions. Okay, pause that video, come back when you've had a go at using the concrete, as we call it. Right. Now, the next stage is to go to pictorial, like we did yesterday. We're going to draw it for ourselves. So I'm going to do 47 and 26, and I'm going to draw the 10s and 1s instead. So 47 is going to need how many 10s? And how many 1s? 4 10s, 1, 2, 3, 4 10 sticks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ones. 26. 2 10s and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ones. I'm going to draw my lines underneath to put the answer underneath. I'm going to add up my ones, but I'm also still going to draw a 10 around them. So I know that 7 and 3 more makes 10. So that's my 10, which is going to leave me with 3 left, and I've got to move my extra 10. We're not going to forever keep drawing this line, but for today we're just going to draw the line so we know where we've moved the 10. Should have been stood upright really, that not leaning over. So I've exchanged 10 ones. They're not there anymore. I've put a loop around them, turned them into a 10. So I've got 1 10 there and 3 ones. Now I add the 10s up, and I've got 6 10s. Oh no, I forgot to add in the one at the bottom, which is what people often do. So there's actually if I cross it out, I'll remember whether I've added it or not. I've actually got 73. Don't forget that 10 hasn't just been taken away out of the question, it's been turned from 10 ones into an extra 10, and it's got to be added in at the same time when you add all your 10s together. Deliberate mistakes so that you learn the mistakes you're likely to make. So that's one example. I'm going to do another one. Hopefully I'll get it right first time this time. Okay, I've written 10s and 1s at the top to remind me. Here we go then. 1 10 and 5 1s. 5 10s, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 7 1s. 6, 7. Do my space to put my answer in. Right. This time I'm going to 7 and 5 makes, I know that mentally is 12, but I'm going to use my 7 and group 3 more in to make my 10, because I know that 7 and 3 makes 10, which leaves me 2 more, and I'm exchanging those 10 ones for 10 down the bottom. For some reason I've left it over again, just draw that 10 straight. So now I'm going to add up my 10s. I've got 5, 6, and the 1 at the bottom. Cross it out when you've done it. 72. Super. Right. Do you think you're ready to have a go by yourself? I think you probably are. So let's move on to the next slide. So draw the place value equipment, circle 10 ones, exchange them by drawing an extra 10 on the other side. Have a go at these addition questions. You can pause the video and give it a whirl. Right, I haven't moved slides and you've unpaused it. Why do you think that might be? Just a bonus question for those who really want to stretch your brain. If you compare the questions on this do it slide and the other do it slide, I've only changed each question ever so slightly each time. I wonder if you can work out what I did each time to the pairs of numbers to get the new questions. You don't have to answer that one if you don't want to. I know some of you are keen for some mental maths work. Have a look at the questions and see how they've changed. Let's move on though to the main part of the lesson. So, if you've understood all of those drawing the pictures today, this secure, it's got some missing numbers. So rather than just work out the answer, it's got the pictures drawn, but some bits are missing. I wonder what number should go in here. And I wonder what number should go in here. So see if you can copy that out and work out what the 2 missing numbers are in the box, or missing pictures in the box maybe. That's what helps out with a bit of a clue. Okay, pause that and give it a go. And your final deepen it slide today. We haven't actually laid any of them out like this today, but I think you may be able to answer this question if you remember back to my mistake on my early work. So Ellie has completed the addition. She thinks that she's got 57 at 29. The answer is 716. Is she correct? Explain why. Now I think you know she's not correct. One thing I'd like to teach you with mental maths is if we've got 2 numbers and they're both less than 100, the most the number can be is 198. We wouldn't expect 2 numbers less than 100 to come anywhere near 716. So if you've written that at the bottom, what that shows me is you don't understand the method or the maths. So can you explain what mistake she's actually made? That's a little sneak peek from Monday's lesson, because you're going to start doing some of these laid out like that on Monday, and you possibly won't be using the equipment anymore. But we've taken you there slowly because we want you to understand. You've done some fab work this week in maths, so it's been great to see it on the emails coming in. And let's see how you go with this today. I'll see you again, possibly in 3 more weeks' time on the videos. Bye for now.